Hi there, I'm Sarah Marshall and I'm the Conservation Technician at Rare Charitable Research Reserve. Conservation and restoration of land is Rare's core priority. We at Rare want to continue to make stewardship of the land and focus on place even more explicit in our work. Being on the land and with the land forms the basis for everything else that we do. The rare lands are very special to many people in our community, and they contribute positively to our society in many ways. They provide us with beautiful landscapes to enjoy aesthetically, recreationally, and scientifically. These lands have hosted so many research projects, fun community events, artists, writers, and more. They sustain us through food, addressing food security across the region. Springbank Farm has grown into a thriving sustainability hub. The community and food bank gardens have connected food and conservation for our community while having a positive impact on the land. These lands store carbon, helping us to mitigate climate change. They clean water, recycle nutrients, and support life. The lands also allow us to learn from other cultures, particularly Indigenous elders. This different perspective in experiencing and working with the land and all of its inhabitants includes humility and gratefulness for what it provides, and our responsibility is to provide it in return. Over the past few years, new conservation programs have emerged, such as our flourishing turtle nursery project, moving from the planning stage to a resounding success. But we can still do more. We've created 4 main goals for sustainable conservation and stewardship of place over the next 5 years. The raresites land securement team has been effective at identifying suitable land for conservation and will be implementing the next phase of this strategy, aiming to protect an additional 400 hectares over the next 5 years. We'll be producing materials to engage potential landowners. This will include things like printed resources and community seminars. For all of our new properties, we'll develop and use environmental stewardship plans based on feedback from community volunteers, Indigenous knowledge keepers, naturalists, and other experts. We will adopt and tailor a conservation easement process that works in Rare's regional context and is also reflective of Indigenous rights and responsibilities. We will engage Indigenous communities around land management issues to enable resurgence of the original stewards of these lands. We will honor inherent rights with access to ceremony, food, and medicines to Indigenous partners. Directly linked to the United Nations Declarations of the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, this work is paving the way for other land trusts to adopt similar approaches and is of national and international relevance. We will maintain, restore, and enhance the habitats that we steward with methods that are based on traditional knowledge and scientific research. This will include an increase in sustainable farming and Indigenous land restoration methods. The Springbank Farm will continue as a community hub. We will bring together gardeners, researchers, Indigenous knowledge keepers, volunteers, and artists from all parts of the world to share their sustainable land use and growing methods. We will work together to save seeds and varieties of foods and medicines and provide food donations to local food banks, Indigenous feasts, and community members in need. We will also work with the Alternative Land Use Services, or ALIS program, to support farmers in stewardship of ecological services for their land. And of course, we will work on the ground to remove invasive plants, collect and propagate native seeds, and focus on restoration that recreates a pre-European settlement landscape while also considering possible species shifts due to climate change. Finally, we will work to mitigate any risks or damages to the properties that Rare stewards, and share our approaches with community members, individuals, and other land trusts. We will provide a safe space for wildlife and vegetation by directing visitors to hubs and trails, allowing for a safe and sustainable experience of the lands. We will create maps, descriptions, narratives, and art and share them with a caring community. This will help to engage our supporters in their own land stewardship. And we will explore opportunities to work together with individuals and corporations to provide sites for carbon and other environmental offsets. I am so excited for the amazing conservation and stewardship that we at Rare are going to accomplish across Waterloo Region and Wellington County. Together, we will continue to respect and protect these places that we value so highly.